In this tutorial, I am going to introduce you to the single candlestick pattern. There are a lot of candlestick patterns in the market. You don't have to trade all these candlesticks. You just have to stick to the one which are reliable, effective, and powerful. So I am going to show you the reliable ones. These are the ones you should look out for trade opportunities in the market as a trader or as a beginner trader. Before we get started, if you missed the last tutorial whereby I educated students on the highs, lows, open, close, body of candlestick, which was the introductory to candlestick, please navigate back and watch that tutorial because that is the foundation of the Japanese candlesticks. I have the link to access that tutorial in the description of this video. With that being said, let's dive straight into this tutorial. As you can see right here, we have a candlestick that does not have highs and lows. As I discussed in our first tutorial of this course, no highs, no lows, no highs, no lows, no highs, no lows. You can see that. So what do you call this type of candlestick? Whenever you see this type of candlestick on your price chart, it means the bears are so active right here to the extent whereby the bulls were unable to exercise any interest at the top or at the bottom. So we call this type of candlestick a bearish Marubozu candlestick. It means the bears dominated from the beginning of the open to the close. This is the open. The bears dominated at the open without the bulls coming in, and they pushed the price down to the close. So it means the bears dominated from the beginning of the market to the end of the market. On the right here, we have the bullish Marubozu candlestick. There is no high and there is no low. What does this candlestick mean whenever you see it on your price chart? It means when the bulls open at a lower level, the bulls or the buyers push price all the way up and they close above at a higher price level. That means the bears didn't contribute any interest at the low or at the top. So this does suggest that only the bulls or the buyers were active during this market period. And whenever you see this candlestick on your price chart, it means a lot. It means after the close of this bearish candlestick, that is the bearish Marubozu candlestick at a close, a lower level, it means the next candlestick has higher probability to continue in a more downtrend or to be in a selling direction, right? Likewise, on the bullish Marubozu, whenever you see this candlestick on the price chart, it means the next candlestick has higher possibility to result into a buying direction. So this is what the bullish Marubozu candlestick means. It means strong selling or strong buying forces in the market, right? Now let's move to the next pattern. So right here we have a bearish reversal and a bullish reversal candlestick. What does this candlestick mean whenever you see them on the price chart? They means a lot as well. In this case right here, you can see when the price opened at this level right here, the buyer set in and pushed the price up. And then what happened next? The sellers came in and pushed the price downward to the opening price level. And then at the end, they eventually pushed the price down to close lower. So whenever you see this type of actions in the market, it means a lot. It means the sellers are so active to the point whereby they defeated the action of the buyers at this level, thereby reversing the price downward. So it means the bears are so aggressive in this market, and this does indicate more selling pressure in the market. And whenever you see this on the price chart, it does mean that there's a higher tendency for the next candlestick to form in the market to be a selling candlestick or bearish candlestick, right? And then this type of market right here, we have the high, but we do not have the low on this candlestick, right? Now, what of the case for the bullish reversal candlestick? Whenever you see the bullish reversal candlestick on your price chart, it means a lot. It means the bulls are so aggressive right here. It means when the market opened at a lower level right here, open, the bears push the price all the way down. To the surprise of the market participants, the bulls set in or the buyer set in, and they push price aggressively up back to the opening price level, to the extent whereby they later push the price up to close at a higher price level. So whenever you see this type of actions in the market, it means the buyers are so active in this market and they are so aggressive, whereby they close the price at the higher price level. So the low of this bar is right here, but there is no high at the top. Whenever this candlestick form on your price chart, it means there's a higher tendency for the next candlestick to be in a buying direction, right? So this is what this candlestick means in the market. Now let's move to the next candlestick on this list. Now we have another candlestick that looks like a reversal bar, but this time around it has a smaller body when compared to the what? To the reversal candlestick. You can see the reversal candlestick has a bigger body, and the longer shadow, or a longer upper shadow and the longer lower shadow, and a bigger body, right? But in the case of this bar right here, which we call the shooting star or the hangman, you can as well call it bearish pin bar. The opposite is bullish pin bar. You can as well call it the inverted hammer, and the opposite is hammer. So this is the bullish bar and this is the bearish bar. Whenever you see this candlestick on your price chart, it means a lot in trading. It means when the market open at this level right here, the bulls push the price up at a great extent. To the surprise of the market participants, the bears reverse the market down. They push the market down to the opening of the price, right? So at the opening of the price, the sellers continue to push the price downward, whereby they ensure price to close at a lower level than the opening. So whenever you see this type of actions in the market, it means a lot. It means that there is a lot of strong selling pressure in this market. It means the sellers are so strong and more powerful than the buyers on these candlesticks. So whenever you see this in the market, it does means the next candlestick has higher possibility to be a more selling candlestick or bearish candlestick in the market, right? Because this upper shadow right here created a strong selling picture. Okay, good. Now on the case of the hangman or the bullish pin bar or the hammer, it means when the price open at this level right here, the bulls open the price at the upper level and the sellers got in and pushed the price downward. The seller pushed the price downward, but to the surprise of everyone in the market, the buyer set in and later pushed the price upward. When they reversed the price upward, what happens? They pushed the price back to the opening level, and then they later went ahead to push the price to a higher level, higher than the opening of the price, right? Whereby they defeated the sellers aggressively. So whenever you see the type of actions in the market, it means a lot in trading. It means there is a stronger bullish or buying sentiment in the market, which is higher than the selling sentiment in the market. So whenever this form on your price chart, it means there's a higher tendency for the next candlestick to form in the market to be in a buying or in a bullish direction. So this is what this candlestick mean. Bullish pin bar, the opposite is bearish pin bar. You can call it shooting star or inverted hammer, and with the bullish one you can call it hangman, bullish pin bar, or the hammer. Take note, traders, there's an exception to the case of the hangman and the inverted hammer. Whenever the hangman forms at the top of a bullish swings or at the top of a buying trend, it usually leads to the reversal of the bullish or buying trend to a selling market, right? Likewise, whenever the inverted hammer forms at the low of a bearish trend or of a selling trend, it usually leads to the reversal of the downtrend to an uptrend market. Do not worry if this sounds complex or complicated to understand. We will discuss more on this in the later section of this trading course. Now let's move to the next one. Right here we have the candlestick that has a upper shadow without a body. So there is no body right here. You can see this. So what does this mean? The gravestone. Whenever you see the gravestone right here, it's a very important candlestick pattern. It has higher selling pressure. The sellers open the price at this level. The buyer steps in and did what? They push the price upward. They push it upward, and then the sellers dot in and push the price downward to the opening of the price level. Thereby we have the open and the close at the same level. So it means there were a lot of strong selling pressure in this market right here, to the extent that the sellers defeated the bulls. They emulated the buyers. So whenever you see this type of candlestick on your price chart, it means the next candlestick has a higher possibility to continue into a more aggressive selling or bearish candlesticks. So this is the gravestone, right? Now, what of the dragonfly? The dragonfly is the opposite of the gravestone. Whenever you see this candlestick on your price chart, it means a lot in trading. It means a lot, and you have to pay attention to whatever you see or wherever you see this candlestick. So it means when the price opened at this level right here, you can see the open, the sellers got in and pushed the price to a lower level. But to the surprise of everyone in the market, the buyer set in and reversed all the activities of the sellers to the upside, thereby closing at a higher level. So we have the open at a higher level right here, and we have the close at a higher level. So whenever you see this happening in the market, it means a lot. The dragonfly has no body in the market. It's a very strong candlestick pattern. Now, what about the Doji candlestick? The Doji candlestick means neither the sellers or the buyers were able to move the market against one another. It means the open and the close are all at the same level. So we have the upper shadow and the lower shadow. So the upper shadow belongs to the sellers, right? And the lower shadow belongs to the buyers. Okay? So it means the actions of the sellers and the buyers are at a state of equilibrium. So whenever you see this candlestick in the market, it signifies state of indecision in the market. It's usually a candlestick that shows the active or the period of consolidation in the market. So it means the market is in a confused state. The market hasn't known the direction it should go. Maybe it should go up or it should go down. So this is a bilateral candlestick pattern. Whenever you see this type of actions on the price chart, the best way to trade this pattern is to exercise patience, to wait for the next candlestick to break either above the high or the low of this candlestick. So whichever direction the market break to, if the market should break to the upside, then it means the next candlestick has a higher possibility to go to an uptrend. Likewise, if the market should break and close below the lower shadow, then it means the next candlestick has a higher possibility to continue to more in a downtrend, right? So the close of candlestick above the low or the high will open the door for the next direction of price move. In summary, this is the high, this is the low, the close and the open are at the same level on the Doji candlestick. On the dragonfly, the close and the open are at the same level, no high, but it has a low. On the gravestone, it has a high, the open and the closing are the same level, but there is no low, right? So all these candlesticks I've shown you belong to the single candlestick pattern. We have discussed the single candlestick pattern. Later we move on to the double candlestick pattern, and then on to the triple candlestick pattern, and on to the quadruple candlestick pattern, right? Ensure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, enable that notification bell so that you don't miss the upcoming tutorial. Put a comment down, let me know your views on this video, share this tutorial with your friends, right? Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.